I give my students box play, and because it's such a small amount, I don't even have to, it doesn't have to be wedged, you know? So I just cut off about 1.5 pounds, and I hand it to them, and I tell them to make a round ball. All of this is written down for you, so you don't have to write it down right now. If you were my students, I would ask you to do that. I think when I write, so I have to record stuff, and I think there's a lot of people like me out there, so I make them do that. So, but I wrote it down. So round ball, and then you're gonna throw it down in the center of the wheel, or as close to it as you can, and then I'm just gonna paddle it as I'm turning it, and my sense of space tells me that it's pretty close to center. Let's see. Not bad. And it also prepares that round ball into what I call a Hershey Kiss. That shape reminds me of a Hershey Kiss shape, so the bottom is wide, the top is narrow, and it's gonna fit right inside my hand, okay? And then the next step is to get in the proper position. So your face is right over the top of the clay, your tail is scooped back, and your elbows are on your knees. And why I came up with this phrase, but I did, and it worked, I call it wrestler's position, because if you ever watched anybody wrestle, the first thing they do when they get out on the mat is they bend down and shake hands. You have to be down low, right, Connor?
Yeah.
So, it's my son back there, the wrestler. All right, so get your wheel going, and then I tell them put it on cruise, so get it medium speed. Yeah, my nervous foot doesn't know medium speed. So then cruise control, I don't need my foot anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. Then a little water on your hands in that wrestler's position, and then I have them just get rid of that left hand because they don't know what to do with it. Get it out of there. Hold your right hand, that's what I tell them. So it's still a part of the process, but you don't have to explain it to them. So then your right hand is out here, pointing towards 12 o'clock, and you just let your hand lay on the clay. And that's the first thing I have them do, is just lay your hand down. And they're feeling where it's not centered, because they don't know what is centered. They always ask, what is centered? I don't know. It's the part that's not moving. So the next time I have them do this, is I have them press down with their thumb a little bit. Can you see what's happening to that shape? It's getting flat on the top. That Hershey Kiss is melting, but it's not in the middle yet. So to make it go in the middle, now I'm gonna press down with my thumb, not poking a hole, I'm just pressing flat down, and I'm gonna pull in just with my fingertips. So press down and pull in. And my body is holding tight, squeezing in, and then gently let go. And it's not in the middle yet. Doesn't look like it, doesn't feel like it. So you're gonna continue that process until it's in the center. The other thing that I think is essential is that I have them count to 3, and I do that for them for the first month or 2. I'll just run them through the drill. Wrestler's position, left hand holds right, point towards 12 o'clock, relax your hand down, and pull in 1, 2, 3, and gently let go. I think that's essential because that count focuses them for 3 seconds on what you're asking them to do. It's a lot to do. And their little minds are so busy. All of us are so busy. It's hard to concentrate. In fact, I asked my yoga teacher to come tomorrow. She's going to come tomorrow and talk about the power of breath and concentration. So if you didn't get a chance to sign up for that, you should, because I think it's the same wavelength, same vibe. So one more time. Wrestler's position, left hand holds right, point towards 12 o'clock, relax your hand down, push down, and pull in with your fingertips for 3 counts. And it's centered.
Do you have left-handed kids?
Yep.
They're great too.
I have one wheel that goes both directions, and I primarily teach them right-handed unless they're struggling. And then when it comes to fine motor skills, then we switch it over. All right, next step. How's my time? We got the time.
8:34.
Okay, so I got 10 minutes. So left hand, I'm gonna go quick because I want somebody to try this. So my left hand, the one that makes the L, right, is gonna lay on top, and that becomes the anchor. And I tell them it stands for L because it's locked in place. So now my muscles in my hands and my arm and my shoulder and my body, everything's concentrating on that left hand staying stationary. My right hand's gonna lay on top of it and drill one finger down the center. I avoid the phrase poking a hole. You drill down. Oh, those children, their minds, they go places that I'm not used to. 3/8 of an inch. That's the magic measurement, always in ceramics, right? So I'm good. Back into cruise. My left hand is now gonna go into, this is stupid, but this is what I called it and it's stuck. Hug. I'm hugging the clay with my left hand. So my thumb is pressing down, my hands are holding tension, they're not squeezing, it's just in tension. I'm gonna reach in with my right hand that's laying on my left and pull that clay wall out. This is a system that Don Hunt taught me, and it's not really necessarily how I throw, but it's a system that I can communicate. So it's a step by step, you say the same thing over and over again, and it starts to happen inside your head. So I got it opened, now I'm ready to lift. To lift, wrestler's position, left hand holds right, face right over the top of the clay. My wheel's going a little fast, I would slow it down. And fresh water in your hand. And what I'm gonna do, this is another really important part, is that your fingers are making the letter C. So I'm just touching with the tips of my fingers, starting at the bottom and moving to the top. Now nothing happened there, did it? It didn't change in thickness at all. I'm just practicing this position, and I encourage my students to practice it 5-10 times. Just practicing that hand position, getting comfortable with it. And in the process of doing that, they're feeling little bumps, and they can smooth them out with their fingers because they're not squeezing. It's just smoothing it out. So once you feel comfortable, then you can actually give it a little squeeze. Starting at the bottom, squeeze it, and then we lock it in place so that doesn't change in an adjustment, or in pressure I should say. So I'm going to start at the bottom, squeeze and lock it, and then lift it up. Get to the top, and gently press down. Alright, and you would continue doing that until you thought it was the right thickness. Cleaning up the bottom is an option. I found that one thing that's really nice to have the kids do, there's little imperfections. Use your sponge. How to use your sponge? Wrestler's position. Left hand holds right. Do you feel it? That repetition is what helps them learn how to be right here, right now. You're turning off all that other stuff that's in your head, where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do, and you're just right here, right now. And that repetition will do that for you, for your students and for yourself. The last step I would do is show them how to cut the foot. So again, get in that position, and then starting 3/8 of an inch from the bottom, and I tell them, get your face down there so you can see what you're doing. And then you're gonna press down and in, and that does two things. One, it creates a visual ledge or frame for your artwork to show, separate it from the rest of the world, and two, it gives you a really nice handle to pick it up from. I'm going to talk to you about this. Don't ever buy string wire cutters. I don't know how you could call string wire cutters, but What's the problem with them? Anybody know?
They get knotted too.
They tangle. Oh my gosh, they turn into a mess. And then you end up throwing them away long before they break because you just are not going to sit there and untangle them. All right, clean, dry hands. So clean being I'm a potter. I'm not a cook. Those are clean and they're dry. So I'm going to wipe them on my apron and then I'm just going to lift up at 10 and 2. And there's my dog dish. They kind of look like